Let's talk about digital marketing. It's a field that has been made to seem way more complicated than it really is. And that's a shame, because when you have the right framework, it's actually pretty straightforward. In this explainer, we're going to give you that exact framework, simplifying all the complex stuff so you can finally move forward with some real confidence.
If you're watching this, you've probably felt it, right? That sense of just being completely overwhelmed by the sheer number of channels and tactics and tools out there. SEO, social media, paid ads, email. The list just feels endless. Where in the world do you even begin? Well, here's the good news. It's so much simpler than you think. If you can just ignore all the noise and focus on the core principles, you'll find that all those confusing pieces, they just start to fall into place. My promise to you is that by the end of this, you will be a better digital marketer. And we're going to get there in 5 key steps. First, we'll get the big picture, shift. Then we'll build your strategic foundation, super important. After that, we'll choose the right channels, master the art of execution, and finally, map out your path to mastering all of this. Okay, so to really get a handle on digital marketing, we first have to understand the fundamental shift it represents. How is it so different from the marketing of the past? At its heart, the definition is incredibly simple. It's really just marketing, but it's done through digital channels. That's it. SEO, Facebook ads, email campaigns, they're all just modern tools for age-old marketing principles. Nothing to be scared of. But here's where it gets really powerful. The big advantage of digital marketing is its precision. Instead of that old mass market kind of shotgun approach, you can be absolutely laser-focused. But the real game changer, it's the feedback loop. Instead of waiting months to see if a magazine ad worked, you get real-time data in minutes. This gives you an incredible window into human behavior, what people click on, what they ignore, and what actually makes them take action. Okay, this brings us to the single biggest mistake that beginners make, and that is jumping straight to the tactics. They hear about some cool new tool or a hot social media platform, and they rush right in, completely forgetting to build the foundation first. And look, the stakes couldn't be higher. As marketing strategist Adam Erhart puts it, get this part wrong and nothing else matters because nothing else will work. Your strategy is the foundation that every tool, every tactic, every campaign is built on. A weak foundation means everything else is just going to crumble. So how do you build that foundation? Simple. You follow these 4 steps and you have to do them in this exact order. First up is your model. What are you selling? Let's say it's high-end running shoes online. Step 2 is your market. Who are you selling to? Competitive runners, maybe aged 25 to 40. Third, your message. How do your shoes help them? They improve performance, they prevent injury, see? And only then, after all that, do you decide on the media. All of a sudden, it's totally clear that advertising in a running magazine's digital version or on a running YouTube channel makes way more sense than just a generic Facebook ad. Get the order right, and the tactics basically choose themselves. Now, with your strategy locked in, choosing your channels stops being a guessing game. Instead, it becomes a series of really smart, deliberate decisions based on just a few key trade-offs. So the first big choice is organic versus paid. And you can think of this as a simple trade-off between your 2 most valuable resources, your time versus your money. Organic marketing, like writing blog posts or making videos, that's an investment of your time to build trust and authority for long-term growth. Paid marketing, like Google or Facebook ads, well, that's an investment of your money to get immediate scalable results. But there's a deeper psychological layer to this choice. Probably the most important factor to think about when you're choosing a channel is the user's intent. What is the state of mind of the person using that platform? What are they actually there to do? And this difference really just boils down to 2 main mindsets. On a search platform like Google, a user has super high intent. They're actively looking for a solution to a problem. Your job is simply to provide it. But on a discovery platform like a social media feed, a user has low intent. They're just casually browsing, killing time. Your job here isn't to answer a question. It's to grab their attention and create interest where it didn't exist a second ago. Totally different psychology. Okay, so you've got your strategy and you've chosen your channels based on user intent. Now it's time to execute. And successful execution comes down to being crystal clear on what you're trying to achieve with every single action you take. So every marketing campaign you run is going to have one of 2 core goals. You have to ask yourself, am I looking for direct response, an immediate measurable action like a click or a sale? Or am I building brand awareness, playing the long game of trust and authority? Both are vital, but they require completely different approaches. So, the crucial point is this: you absolutely cannot mix them up. The cardinal sin of marketing is running a brand awareness campaign, like a funny video or an inspiring post, and then getting frustrated when it doesn't immediately generate sales. It's kind of like using a cake recipe and then being angry when you don't end up with muffins. I mean, they're both baked good, sure, but they require different ingredients and totally different methods. If you want direct response results, you need to use a direct response recipe. It's really that simple. We've covered the what and the why, so now let's talk about the how. This final section is your actionable roadmap to take all this knowledge and actually begin your journey from a beginner to an expert. The path to mastery is really a 3-stage process. First, and this is the most important part, choose just one area to focus on. Pick one discipline: SEO, social media, PPC, whatever. Just one. Second, go deep on the fundamentals of that one area. Take a reputable course, really understand the core principles. And third, practice what you learn. Start your own website. Get your hands dirty. There is simply no substitute for real-world experience. And as you start that journey, just keep these pro tips in mind. Avoid the shortcuts. They almost always cost more time and money in the end. Don't get stuck on perfecting little details like your logo. Just focus on the actions that actually drive results. And surround yourself with other marketers. Find a community to share ideas with. It will accelerate your learning like you wouldn't believe. And above all, just stay laser focused on practicing the fundamentals until they become second nature. So now you have the framework. You understand the shift, you know how to build a real strategy before you even think about tactics, and you have a clear path to get started. The only question left is, what's your first move going to be?